Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC. It's time for another Free Car Friday where someone sends me an RC car and we find out whether it's actually a good RC car or not. So what we got going on is the DEERC 001E. This is a $150 RC car that you can get from Amazon. I will put a link in the description below if you want to pick one of these up. It does help support the channel, but do whatever you want. That's all cool with me. 1/14 scale high speed. Okay, we will find out. It is a brushless four-wheel drive little monster truck, and I think it's been out for a little while. It's not brand new, but we're going to take a look at what comes inside the box, and then we will obviously drive it and see how it actually performs, and then do a little wrap-up of whether I think this is a good RC car or not. So I did review the 302E from DEERC a while back, I don't know, a few months ago. And this little guy, I think, is a little bit bigger. This is 1/14 scale. I think that one was 1/16 scale, if I remember correctly. A few little things hidden inside the pouches. Looks like 2 LiPo batteries. Here's the radio transmitter. 2.4 gigahertz. I think it's the same transmitter as before. Cautions of battery. I like that. Do not connect the battery directly to the wall outlet. Very good idea. Do not do that. Do not charge the battery. Okay, all this stuff. Do not charge about 2 amps. Some more information in different languages. So nice that they try to help you not kill yourself or light your house on fire or something like that. Instruction manual. Not too bad, actually. Reasonably legible, very large font, so if you're nearsighted, then this would probably help you out, or getting old like me and maybe need to wear reading glasses. Here's all the part numbers. So DEERC is one of the larger, I would say, kind of, you know, budget Amazon specials out there that you can get from. So a few little tools. Looks like a little Phillips head screws. What is this? Extra shock? Okay, wow. Little brush to clean your car. Little tie rod, it looks like. Cross wrench, a charger. Looks very similar to some other chargers I've seen before, so that is interesting. Put that to the side, and then the actual battery. Let's take a look at one of these. I think it's the same as the one I've seen before. It's got a Dean's compatible plug or T-style plug. The battery is a 1500 milliamp hour battery, so it's a lithium ion, not a lithium polymer. 18650. And then yeah, here's the little truck itself. Very graffiti-ish looking paint job. Orange roll bars made out of I think it's PVC, but a really thick PVC, so that's cool. I don't think there's there's a little bit of, yeah, I don't think there's any extra film on there. And here's the car itself. I've never seen anything like this. This is really interesting. Shock absorbers. I don't think they're not oil filled at all. They're just super bouncy, heavily sprung. Tires look more like a street pattern. Looks like LED lights here in the front, so probably a couple bulbs there. Interesting. Does have a front differential, kind of frictiony. I don't think there's any center diff or slip or anything like that. Plastic outdrive, steel dog bones. Oh, CVAs. Steel CVAs in the front and rear. Arms are not symmetrical front and rear. That's always a good sign. Plastic steering links, non-adjustable. Okay, way too bouncy. Definitely a shock. Wow, okay. Definitely some oil-filled shocks I think would improve the performance. Really hard to see where the motor is. All I see is the ESC up here. Looks like a combo unit with the radio, steering servo here, plastic, servo saver, Dean's plug, connector. I think this might take two. Well, let's see. How does this work? It's like you flip this up and pop that open, and then looks like you can stick the battery in underneath. Very interesting design. So two little tabs there, and then the motor looks like it's hidden way down in there. That blue thing, I think, is the motor. So this is a very interesting design, very enclosed styling. Okay, plastic tub chassis, slightly raised center of gravity, not much, maybe a few millimeters, like 5 millimeters or so. Anything else of note here? Looks pretty basic. I'm not gonna lie, this looks kind of basic. Looks like you got 5.5 millimeter wheel nuts there. No foams in the tires. So we'll see. Hopefully this thing is fast. I'm not too sure about the performance, the actual like handling and suspension stuff. But you can sometimes be surprised when you actually drive the vehicle. So yeah, let's take this thing out and see how it actually drives. All right, trying this thing out. Let's try pavement first. Okay. Pretty quick. I mean, I would guess. Ooh, okay. Touchy to drive. Maybe maybe 30 miles per hour or something like that. Not slow. It's on lithium ion, which is not the same as lithium polymer. Pretty bouncy. Oh, okay. Hard to drive, for sure. Oh man, this thing's off and doing its own thing. Let's try grass. Quite a bit better on grass actually, because a little more traction. Kind of medium length grass. Does wheelies. It's got a little bit of throttle ramping, meaning when you first pull the trigger, it doesn't go straight into full power. Well, probably unbreakable. You just hold down the trigger. It doesn't really matter what you do. You just keep driving. Yeah. Oh man. Looks like it's got a super soft surface. What the heck? Okay. Oh my gosh. This is a thing. It's a different kind of a thing, but it is a thing. Okay, let's try some dirt. Okay, doing some mild dashing on dirt. Huh. That's surprising. Surprisingly not bad on dirt. Maybe actually the best place to run this thing. I mean, the shocks are terrible, but the traction is actually decent. A wheelie, a little jump. Decent speed. I'm not going full trigger yet. Woohoo! Decent speed, not bad at all actually. So it doesn't have any center diff or slip or anything, so you get full-time direct power to all four wheels. It's got differentials, but they're not limited slip or anything, so they're basically open differentials. I'd go so far as to say this is probably one of the better off-road machines. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the big wide tires, higher suspension travel. It's lifted a little bit more than, say, like one of the buggies. The throttle ramping on the radio actually kind of helps it put down the power, because you're not getting full power directly. Well, not bad. All right, there's some running video of the DEERC 001E and my thoughts on the vehicle. First off, the way it drives, speed is decent, you know, probably about 35 miles per hour, something like that. Not crazy fast, not slow, somewhere in the middle, I think, average-wise. Price-wise, 150 bucks. Again, I think that's kind of average, pretty typical for something in this class 114 scale, you know, sort of an Amazon special. It does come with a lot of stuff though. I would say 2 batteries, which is pretty nice, 2 lithium ion batteries. A lot of spare parts, including spare shock, which I've never seen on an RC car before. So that is nice, you know, spare hexes, linkages, that kind of thing. And it has this simple single USB charger, works fine. I mean, I've seen other vehicles come with 2 chargers, which would be cool, but 1 charger, you know, obviously makes sense. It actually drives pretty well on loose terrain. I was surprised. On rough dirt, actual dirt, this thing actually drove pretty good. And I think the tires hooked up pretty well. Suspension, even though they have no oil or anything in them, they perform fine on dirt. Downsides, I would say, again, the radio, like pretty much every other Amazon special radio, it's not the best, but honestly probably a little better than most. I mean, it's got kind of throttle ramping where, you know, you pull the trigger, it doesn't just go insta torque. It basically kind of gradually rolls on the throttle, which helps in dirt because it allows the tires to hook up. But on pavement, you'll notice, you know, that it's kind of ramps up, or like an expo effect on the throttle. Downsides, I would say the design's a little weird. One thing I noticed is that the battery cover or battery tray here kind of smashes into the wires there. So when you actually close the battery tray, it's just mashing up against the wires there. It will actually close and hold it in place, but you know, it seems like the battery wires should probably come up rather than out the side of the battery. So just something I noticed. Doesn't really do anything bad, just seemed like a little bit of a weird design flaw. And then the shocks have no damping whatsoever. That was fine on dirt, but on the street, yeah, this is actually pretty hard to drive. I would say the traction, these aren't, I don't know what it is, maybe they're a little too wide or what, but yeah, it just doesn't flow over pavement or the road or whatever quite as well, and the tires are just not hooking up as well and a little bouncy. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the DEERC 001E. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.